Shalom. All praises go to the Most High Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Adonai Kodash, double honor unto the elder apostles, a great millstone for the teachings of the scriptures, among other things. Shalom to the sincere Akim across the world. Now, this is the book of Judges, chapter 12, right? Verse 1, but I have sent my Bible to the book place binder. They're about to bind my book because the outside of my Bible is broken, so the Bible is loose, so I need to fix it. So I sent it there, and tomorrow, I think tomorrow is Friday, right? Yeah, tomorrow I need to go pick it up. Well, he told me that I could go pick it up then about 12 o'clock. So I don't have my notes here to a certain degree. Let me see, chapter 8, verse 1. Right. Anyway, so this is titled Judges chapter 12, titled Jephthat and Ephraim. Now, Jephthat was of Manasseh. Judges 12 and 1. And the men of Ephraim gathered themselves together and went northward, and said unto Jephthat, Wherefore passedst thou over to fight against the children of Ammon, and didst not call us to go with thee? We will burn thine house with fire. We will burn thine house upon thee with fire. But they're actually being demonic. So I don't get the whole point. There's being a bunch of demons, and then saying that on top of that too. Yeah, you're just looking for trouble. And Jephthat said unto them, I and my people were at great strife with the children of Ammon. And when I called you, ye delivered me not out of their hands. Yeah, because they actually did do that. And I think it was mentioned in, let me see something. I haven't got my notes with me, so sorry about that. I must have memories of steel now. Anyway, Judges chapter 8, verse 1. And the men of Ephraim said unto him, Why? And this was with Gideon, by the way. So they did it again. Why hast thou served us thus, that thou callest us not, when thou wentest to fight with the Midianites, which are one of the children of Abraham, that are associated with the Ishmaelites? And they did chide with him sharply. Chide basically means to fight, argue, scold and rebuke. And with who? With Gideon. So they have a history of doing these type of things. But like, they didn't even kind of want to a certain degree, or else they would have just came. And then when they won the battle, let me see where it was, because it says right here. Then Gideon said this, and he said unto them, What have I done now in comparison to you? In comparison to you. Is not the gleaning of the grapes of Ephraim better than the vintage of Abiezer? So the gleaning of the grapes is when you leave the rest behind. The gleaning, that's when you pick up the leftovers, right? Which, as Israelites, we were not allowed to do this. We weren't allowed to do that, by the way. Well, we were supposed to leave that for the poor of the people. But these basically, well, let me say it good. We were allowed to do it, but we were not allowed to clean up everything. Here, Leviticus chapter 23, verse 22. Because if you read the book of Ruth, she was actually gleaning. The book of Ruth, she was actually gleaning. So it doesn't mean I didn't say it good. Let me see something. No, not in chapter 1. I think therefore it's in chapter 2 or 3. Yeah, here. She went to go glean the ears of the corn, which is pick up the leftovers. But we were not allowed to do 100% gleaning. That's what I actually mean. Leviticus 23 and 22. And when ye reap the harvest of the land, thou shalt not make a clean riddance of the corners of thy field when thou reapest, neither shalt thou gather any gleaning of thy harvest. Thou shalt leave them unto the poor and to the stranger. I am Yahweh, your power. So we were not allowed to glean the land. I mean the field. We was not allowed to do that. That's what I meant. Right. So yeah, but anyway, it says here, are not the gleaning of the grapes of Ephraim better than the vintage of Abiezer? Basically, he's saying, even your leftovers are better than our full crops, you could say, right? The vintage. Verse 3, Yahweh, this is what Gideon said unto Ephraim, the people of Ephraim. The Heavenly Father had delivered into your hands the princes of Midian, Oreb, and Zeb. And what was I able to do to you? Sorry, what was I to do in you? What? And what was I able to do in you comparison of this? Then their anger was abated toward him when he had said that. What does it mean with this? He said, like, listen up. I just got to beat a few hundreds of people and stuff like that. What did you get to kill? You get to kill the nobles, the princes, the higher ones. And they did get to kill them. Because if you read, I think, chapter 7. And then Gideon went on to Jordan and passed over there. And then he pursued after these ones, these kings of Midian. But they got the princes. They got the ones that, he wanted actually. It's more fun to take down the head than it is to take down these servants. You want to take the head guy that speared these servants to come and fight against you. They spearheaded them. They're the reason they followed after them, because most of the time people follow after their leader. So you kill the leader. That's going to be the most fun when you go to war. You don't you get to kill the people and then the leaders get to escape and then group up and gather more men to come and fight again. No, you kill them, and then therefore they're not going to come again. Well, at least not them, and not in a quick session. It's going to take them time to regroup and get those type of military minds that are strategic and stuff like that, and skilled in the art of war. So the Ephraimites did that here again, but this time against Jephthat of Manasseh. Right. So it says here, verse 3. And when I saw that ye delivered me not, I put my life in my hands, and passed over against the children of Ammon. And Yahweh delivered them into my hand. Wherefore then are ye come up unto me this day to fight against me? Then Jephthat gathered together all the men of Gilead, which is in this region over here. Here, this is Gilead. Sorry. Gilead. This is Galilee. Because I read it here, sorry. But this is Galilee. Here. And this is Gilead. Here. So, he gathered the men of here and fought with Ephraim. And the men of Gilead smote Ephraim, because they said, Ye Gileadites are fugitives of Ephraim among the Ephraimites and among the Manassites. Basically, they was talking shit about them. Yeah. They was spitting on them, basically. Like, you a bunch of outcasts, even among your own, coming from us, I say so. Even your own brethren from Manasseh themselves says that too. And the Gileadites took the passage of Jordan before the Ephraimites, which is here. This is the river Jordan. And here comes Ephraim. Right. So going on. Where was I? Yeah. And it was so that when those Ephraimites which were escaped said, let me go over in order to go to their own land, because the water was there and they needed to cross the water, but they're going to see you, because you can't really hide on water. You can't really hide. I'm going to see you. Right? So it's so going on. So it says, sorry. Yeah, and when before the Jordan, and it was so that when those Ephraimites were that which were escaped said, "Let me go over," that the men of Gilead said unto him, "Art thou an Ephraimite?" If he said, Nay, then said they unto him, then said the Manassites unto them, Say now Shibboleth. And he said Sibboleth, for he could not frame to pronounce it right. Even until this day, when you speak to people from Puerto Rico, they're the Ephraimites, they have certain type of accents. They say the letter H, really weird, or something. I forgot how they speak, man. Or if he come here, yeah, let him know. Some they speak a certain way. It's funny when you hear them speak English, right? They have a certain pronunciation of certain words. It's funny, and as soon as they open their mouth, you know it's them. You'd be like, "Oh, you from South America?" Huh? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the Dominicans, me personally, if I hear a Dominican talk here in the Netherlands, when they talk, they have a certain accent, right? I already know what they, I know what they are, which are Simeonites, but still, I can, off of their accent, until this day, I can know, who they are, like, or at least I would say which country they are from, because you have Judas living there. I mean, we were sold, so you don't know 100% which tribe is there. You have so-called Judah in Ephraim, in Puerto Rico, because we were sold left and right, so you don't know which families went where. So now we go off of the chart, but we also go off of the spirit through the power and the spirit of the Lord. We gonna figure it out. The best thing for us to know now is that we're Israelites. That's what is what we should be focusing on in the first place to begin. And then through time, you're gonna learn more about yourself, and of course about the scriptures. So it says here, for he could not frame to pronounce it right. Then they took him and slew him at the passes of Jordan. And there fell at that time of the Ephraimites 42,000. So 42,000 of them died that day, because they were being demonic. They was like, "We're gonna kill you, we're gonna burn your house," and stuff like. And think about it, his daughter got burned with fire. So I think he's very angry that you said that to him, because he had to burn his daughter with fire, and now you saying that you're gonna burn his house with his wife inside or something like that. He's just looking for trouble, and he's a man of valor. He's a mighty man of war. So I don't think you should say these type of things to this guy. And well, not neither. Well, they found out now. They know not to do it. Especially at that time when it happened, they probably regretted it. Verse 7. And Jephthat judged Israel 6 years. Then died Jephthat the Gileadite, and was buried in one of the cities of Gilead. And after him, Ibzan of Bethlehem judged Israel. And he had 30 sons and 30 daughters, whom he sent abroad, and took in 30 daughters from abroad for his sons. And he judged Israel 7 years. Right. So he had 60 children. Then died Ibzan, and was buried in Bethlehem. Damn, 60. That's a lot of course, it is not. Listen, it cannot never be in existence that was one woman. That's just stupid to think about it, because that would mean it would take her plus 60 years to get these children. It Yeah, it's impossible, because well, nothing is impossible with the Lord, but just off of what happened in history and stuff like that. This is not how the Heavenly Father created the woman to be able to have 60 children and stuff like that as one woman. Well, I do know of a woman that has 40 children, but she's a special case, and she got often twins when she got pregnant. So yeah, Mama Africa is her name. 44 children, something like that. She has 44 children. Yeah, she often her eldest children were 31, 38 of whom were still alive. I guess the other ones died. I think the other ones died. She was born in 1980, so how old is she right now? What, 64, something like that? I mean 46, sorry. 64. No, 46. Let me see. The lady that gave birth to 44 children, world record at 38. Yeah, this was most likely a few years ago. Actually, I don't know. Is she 44? Is she 44 years old? Something like that? Anyway, so you can check that out for yourself. I'm going to leave the link in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. And let me see something here. She had a lot of twins. She had a lot of twins and stuff like that. You know, her dream is becoming a medical doctor is shut. Born with a so-called rare condition of ovulation. So, you know, her womb basically is susceptible to making twins. You know, three triplets and stuff like that. So she had a few. But if it was like a regular normal woman, yeah, 60 children, yeah, that's not really gonna happen. Because by that time you're 60 years old, well past 60 years old. Because it shows you here that Leviticus 12. It shows you here that when you get a son, Leviticus 12. It shows you here that when you get a son as a woman, when you give birth to a son, it says here, Leviticus 12 and 2, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if a woman have conceived seed and born a man child, then she shall be unclean 7 days. According to the days of her separation, for her infirmity shall she be unclean. So, okay, you cannot touch her after that. 7 days shall she be unclean. And in the 8th day, the flesh of his foreskin shall be circumcised, and she shall then continue in the blood of her purification 33 days. She shall touch no hollow thing, so the holy thing she's not allowed to touch, nor come into the sanctuary until the days of her purification be fulfilled. So this means that when she gives birth, after 7 days, right? So 7 days you need to count. So basically it's going to be 40 days and 33 days. 7 days and 33 days. You are not allowed to touch her, not have sex with her. Okay. So what does that mean? That means, like, for example, a month is 29 days and a half. So, you know, 30, let's just say a month, 40 days, basically. 40 days you are not allowed to basically have sex with her. Okay. So now, how long is she pregnant? She's pregnant about like 9 to 10 months. 9 to 10 months. 9 to 10 months she would be then therefore pregnant. Then you have to count an extra month extra with it because of the days of her purification. 40 days plus that. That would come up to about almost a year. So basically, let's just say this. Let's say she gives birth on January the 1st, so-called January. And then around December, right? That's about the time that you are allowed to have sex with her again. You see how that would work? If you know, because back in the days we did keep these laws. You know, sometimes we did break a lot of laws, but we kept these things, especially in the time of Joshua. But yeah, so when we kept this and stuff like that, that would then therefore mean that every year a woman would be capable of making just one child a year, unless she had twins or triplets or whatever like that. So in 3 years a woman would be able to have 3 children, like I said, unless it would be twins and stuff like that. But the normal ones, I mean, like, how many twins do you actually know? As people now in 2024, you know, not a lot of people know a lot of twins. Do you know 15 twins? Do you really know 15 twins? Like 15 individuals, twins, like one set of twins, 2 set of twins, 3 sets, 4 sets. How many quadruplets do you know? How many triplets do you know? You don't know a lot. So it's not very common, nor often, right? So then therefore it would take you literally 60 years if you follow the scriptures, of course, and they did. It would take them 60 years individually to make a child. So, sorry, they make 16 children. 60 children. Unless you got this superwoman over here, with the special gift, and she's not the only one. They just make story about her, but I have heard of other places. Also in South America, you have a place where you can get twins. That place is a frequency place. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Town in Africa where most people are twins. There's a town in Africa where you have, I think it's Twin Town. I don't know. I'm not sure. The town where everybody is twin. Now this in South America, you also have a place that has this. The town in South America. I forgot which country. I think it's here then. Twinstown, due to its high rate of twin births, approximately 6,000 inhabitants. And why does this town have so many twins? Because it's a frequency over there, man. You could say spiritual things, but yeah, yep, you can call it both, because the spirits are frequencies and stuff like that. But there is a town there in South America where a lot of people there, are twins. But classically they don't show the dark skinned people, of course. I'm not even gonna fucking look at this shit. But anyway, you have then, therefore, here in Africa, you have a town there.
This is Ibora, and almost everybody in this town is twins. I came to this town and I thought
Anyway, you have the majority of the people in this town have twins, and some people, when they want to have twins, they go here and then they consummate their, they go have intercourse in that town, and then they get pregnant, and then it's a twin. So you have these type of things upon the planet Earth. If you read the book of Acts chapter 16 verse 16, you will see that people, some people have spirits on them and stuff like that. And there are things, much more things between heaven and hell. Heaven and earth, sorry. Yeah, hell is earth, but yeah, between heaven and earth, that a lot of people cannot explain if you are a city slicker. But if you are a person of spirituality, you're gonna know things. You're gonna be, oh yeah, I understand already. Ibo Aura. And by the way, the word Ibo means, it goes back to Ibar, which Ibar is Hebrew, the twin capital of the world. I'm not sure about if it's the world, but in this case, it's just a twin town, a twin capital. Marry the dead man. You gotta be. Okay, cool. Yeah, a lot of crazy stuff going on upon the face of the earth. But anyway, the town with the highest twin birth in the world. Yeah, because there's something there. There's something there. Now the people over there say, of course, spiritual things and frequencies thing. The people over there say it themselves. So I would rather listen to them than any freaking caucus doctor or whatever, Edomite doctor or whatever the hell they call themselves nowadays. Whatever. Anyway, so unless you're like that, then anyway. So going on, one man and one woman in 3 years could have 3 children, right? Especially if you go according to this. One woman will have 3 children in 3 years. One man can have 1,000 children in 3 years. He can have 1,000 children in 3 years. So of course not with just one wife. Of course, it's going to be very hard to do, my man. Very hard. And okay, so going on. So it's an impossible? No, it is not impossible. Then you need to have a womb like this woman over here. A few of her children passed away, I would say. And if I'm correct, this was all with one man. I watched this documentary. I also seen this. The woman that doesn't eat food for 16 years, no food, no water. And people of the world might think she's a scammer or something like that, but I know of these type of things that exist. So like I said, I'm not from Europe. I wasn't born here. I wasn't born in America. So I lived among things that people in America, our people in America wouldn't even understand. They would say superstition. I'm looking at them like, you've been too long on concrete, my man. You've been walking too long on that shit. It is affecting your brain. Because once the caucus says that it's real, then they jump up. I'm playing with their nipples and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because they really believe that there. But But if we say it, like people that look like them, then hey, I regret the day I wet my. Well, fuck you. Fuck off, man. Bitch assholes. So yeah, you have. I'm gonna put this link in the description box also, so you can check it out for yourself. Transforming the house of the Ugandan supermom who birthed 44 kids. Okay, cool. I don't like this devil because this woman has a YouTube channel, but he doesn't even spot. Look, the fact that so many big YouTubers visit her and make money out of her story, off of her story, but whatever. But her kids are still struggling to pay school fees. Really hurts. Mama Uganda, God is wonderful and He will see you through. Yeah, a lot of people do make money off of her. They go over there trying to, make her story, and then they make millions of views, and which is a few hundreds of thousands of dollars. And here, the guy does the same thing. I don't know how much he helped her. He gave donations and stuff like that, so that's better. And this guy, he doesn't even have like anything open for them. He doesn't even give you their page. His personal favorite and all that type of bullshit. Because I think somebody said it too. Thank you idiot. But yeah, they have a page. They have a page here on YouTube. I think here, this is it. This is that page. And one of her sons is really smart. I don't know where he is right here, but this is him. He's with the computer things and stuff like that, PlayStation consoles. I'm not sure if it was PlayStation. I didn't actually look at it. I think it was some kind. I don't know actually, but it was a console. And then what he does is he has this console that he plays, that he allows people to play on their television, and then he charges them, which is a dope system. I'm like, actually, that's very smart. It's like an arcade system, and we had that back in the days, of course. But they go to his house and then they pay for maybe. We had it here in Europe also, but it wasn't a house. It was like this. It was a like a place like this where children go after school to do just activities, and you have these people that just they just work there, and then they would love working with kids, and then sometimes it's government funded, and sometimes it's just the people that they love kids. They haven't a lot of things to do, so then they set up a place. They ask the government for money or stuff like that, and then they build these type of things for them, and then they go just there. They just go there, advertise in community centers. You got community centers that do these things. Then you pay like maybe $2 or something, like €2 or whatever. Back in the days, it was gilded. Actually, it wasn't dollar. So or $5, then you could play for like an hour or two, and yeah, it's still a money making business because you can get money by small amounts of money, but you can get by if you do that every day. And children will come and play every day. They got money, their parents do, and then they pay like €2, $2 or something like that for a half an hour, $5 for an hour, and stuff like that. So, or yeah, something like that, or $2.50 or something, or 3 hours for a half an hour, $3 for a half an hour, or $5 for an hour, something like that. I don't know anymore. It's been like more than 24 years ago that that was going on. But yeah, so you have that here, and Yeah, I like this guy. I like this guy. He dope. He's a smart little son. But anyway, going on now. It says here, Judges chapter 12, verse 9. And he had 30 sons and 30 daughters, with different women, of course, whom he sent abroad, and took in 30 daughters from abroad for his sons, which were daughter-in-laws. And he judged Israel 7 years. And these were Israelites from another place. You know. Then died Ibzan, and was buried at Bethlehem. And after him Elon, a Zebulonite, judged Israel. And he judged Israel 10 years. So the other one did 7. Oh yeah, here was it. And he 10. And Elon the Zebulonite died, and was buried in Aijalon, in the country of Zebulon. Aijalon. I think it was... Well, you can't see it here then. Let me see, maybe. No, that's Samaria. No, not here neither. Oh, yes, it was here. Oh, yeah, don't forget you have Bethlehem, Zebulon also. You have Bethlehem, Zebulon, and you have Bethlehem, Judah. So, yeah. Bethlehem, Zebulon, and Bethlehem, Judah. I think there was another Bethlehem, but I'm not 100% sure anymore. But this one I know. Bethlehem, Zebulon. And you can see scriptures here too mentioning it. Now, where was the place that I just read? Can you see it here? Must be another map then. Alright, going on. I was looking for this place. Aijalon. It's supposed to be here somewhere. I'm not sure anymore. Yeah, here you have Bethlehem, Ephraim, between Bethel. What am I looking for? Bethel. Between Ephraim and Benjamin. And between Benjamin and Judah, you have Jerusalem. And between Shechem and Manasseh, you have Ephraim. North is Manasseh. Down there is Ephraim. And the same thing here too. Kind of to a certain degree. But I 100% know that that is a fact with Benjamin and Judah in Jerusalem. Because they both were there. Because it shows you that. Here it says Bethlehem could not drive them out of Jerusalem, and Judah could also not drive them out of Jerusalem. It says here, Judges 1:21, and the children of Benjamin did not drive out the Jebusites that inhabited Jerusalem, but the Jebusites dwelt with the children of Benjamin in Jerusalem unto this day. Joshua chapter 15 verse 63. And as for the Jebusites, the inhabitants of Jerusalem, the children of Judah could not drive them out, but the Jebusites dwell with the children of Judah at Jerusalem unto this day. These were the strangers that was living in the land with us. You had two types of strangers living in the land with us from time to time, sometimes. You had Israelite foreigners, which were the strangers, and then you had the actual Nakar, the actual strangers from the heathen nations, like the Midianites. Of course, here you had Jebusites. You had the Amorites, the Gideonites. Oh, were they Amorites or Hittites? Which one was it again? Gibeonite. Here, 2 Samuel 21 and 2. And the king called the Gibeonites and said unto them, Now the Gibeonites were not of the children of Israel, but the remnant of the Amorites that were living among us. And the children of Israel had sworn unto them, and Saul sought to slay them in his seal to the children of Israel and Judah. So he did something bad. And then the Lord avenged the Gibeonites and killed the rest of the house of Saul that was still alive. Yeah, that's how serious it is when you break the laws of the Lord. You know, because we made a deal with the Amorites, with the Gibeonites. And by the way, they had 5 other cities that was with us. Not just them, like 5 other cities of the Gibeonites, of the Amorites, of the Canaanites, of the Hamites. They're the same people. They're Hamites, but there's different tribes. Right. So the Judites and the Benjamites and the Amorites were all living in Jerusalem because we couldn't beat them. Why? In the book of Judges chapter 2, it explains that our people were doing wicked things amongst ourselves. Some of us had other gods. In the book of Joshua 24, it explains to you that Joshua told them right then and there, put away your gods. They still didn't do. Well, they did it for that time, but when Joshua died, guess what they did again? Guess what? Guess, you can guess. So it says it then, and by the way, after the book of Joshua comes the book of Judges. And as soon as Joshua died, guess what they did again? Guess, you can guess. I'll give you three things to guess here. The book of Joshua comes before Joshua. Here he told them, oh, here. Put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the river, of the flood, which is the river called, the place called Mesopotamia. And in Egypt, you need to put away those gods also that our forefathers used to worship in Egypt, and serve ye Yahweh, the Heavenly Father Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Right. And then in the next book, what did they do again? And then, and the death of Joshua came to pass. And what did they do? Where does it say? I think here we fought with them, yeah. Yeah, here we fought with them. And then 2, Judges chapter 2. And here it comes. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord and served Balaam. And here comes Asheroth, which is Ishtar, which is Easter, the Easter bunny female. They make it seem as if it's Easter bunnies, but it's actually going back to this female over here. And this one too. So that's crazy. And let me see then, therefore, yeah, the Lord punished us. He enslaved us. So he sold them. Yeah. And he sold them into the hands of their enemies round about. So once we started serving these fucking devils, because this is a devil of child worship, child sacrifice, sorry. Guess what the Israelites did? You can guess. You can get this one also. Child sacrifice, among other things. Child sacrifice is one of them. Both of them. This is like a husband and wife, something like that, you could say. Okay, Judges chapter 12, verse 13. And after him, after Elon, the Zebulonite, Abdon, the son of Hillel, a Parathionite, Pirathonite, okay, cool, judged Israel. And he had 40 sons and 30 nephews, who rode on 70 colts, which are donkeys, 10 ass colts, which are young donkeys, by the way. And he judged Israel 8 years. So he had 40 sons and 30 nephews. That's 70. And then they rode on 70 donkeys, young donkeys, actually. 1 score is 20, so 3 score is 30. And Abdon, the son of Abdon, the son of Hillel, the Parathionite, died and was buried in Pirathon, in the land of Ephraim, and in the mount of the Amalekites. In the land of Ephraim, in the mount of the Amalekites. Now you had here, let me see something. You had, like I said, you had strangers living in the midst of us. But wait, let me mount. Let me see something. I didn't look it up. Here, Python location. Bible Hub. They sometimes have these maps and stuff like that. Bible Hub. Yeah, here. So here you have Shechem, and that, which is Ephraim. And by the way, Shechem is a man. It was the name of a man. And you have also Israelites named Shechem, and the Shechemites and stuff like that. But the original place was of a if I'm correct, a Hittite, which is a Canaanite. But let me click on this one, make it bigger. Okay, you have Lebanon, you have Shiloh, you have Shechem. Okay, remember Shiloh and Shechem. And then I'm gonna go to this again. Here you have Shechem and Lebanon. So around here somewhere you would have the mount where he was buried, which is Pira, whatever that word is. Pirathonite. Okay, so yeah, here you have Jericho, Gilgal, and Lebanon of Lebanon, something like that. Yeah, Lebanon. And you have Bethel. Yeah, that shows you there was also this Bethel. Yeah, Bethel here. Mizpah. We was reading about that in the other chapter, where it's not spelled like this. You know, they always do these stupid things. Mizpah is spelled like there. That is spelled like that there, and here, it's not here. It's actually the chapter before this, because Jephthat right there. Yeah, here. Oh, I saw it. Mizpah. Here, meet the Lord before the Lord in Mizpah. That was then therefore here. Shit. Oh yeah, here. And so Bethel is there, and then yeah, Bethel is here. So Mizpah is somewhere here. I don't know. I'm not that good with maps. I'm kind of good, but you know, if I have it side by side, cause I click it away and then I lost it. I do know here you have the River Jordan, so I can measure off of that. I'd be like, okay, if the Jordan River is here, then it must be here somewhere, right? Yeah, of course Jericho is here, and then where Benjamin was. And anyway, so yeah, there you have it. That's the book of Joshua chapter 12. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.